Hey guys, I just wanted to do a video introducing you to my doggies. These are my two Goldendoodles. Ha, I can't. Lily, you're blocking the camera. So this is Lily. This one right here. And this one, Buddy. Ooh. Oh. This is Buddy. Hey, who's that? Who's that? So Lily is an F1 Goldendoodle, and she is over a year and a half now. Lily, come here. She has such a sweet personality. Lily, you gotta move. You gotta move. Anyway, before I get started, I just wanted to say thank you for coming back to my channel, coming back and watching my videos. I thought it'd be fun to show you guys my dogs and show you some of the things that we use to keep them entertained or what we find helpful, and I'll do like a full-on puppy haul later down the line. But these two doggies are important to me, and I thought it was important to show you guys early on so that you know kind of just how important they are. Anyway, Lily is wherever she is. Lily, come here. You want a treat? I love the treats. There we go. So Lily is an F1 Goldendoodle. Her mom was a golden retriever and her dad was a white poodle, standard poodle. She's just under 60 pounds. She kind of goes up and down with her weight because she's just always gone up and down with her weight, which I guess is normal. But we got Lily when she was 7 weeks old, and I might insert a picture of her as a puppy right now. But she was really young when we got her. My husband and I decided that it was the right time to get a puppy, and I was begging him for a long time to get a dog because I grew up with a pug and rough collies, which I loved. For some reason, I don't know why we picked the Goldendoodle breed, but I saw a lot of people, you know, on Instagram and different things posting about Goldendoodles, and I was like, okay, this is the breed we have to get a Goldendoodle. So we researched and we drove to Ohio and we got her from a breeder there, and she was in a litter of 9, and she was the sweetest one. She was the only one out of the litter that was just content being with us, and she wasn't barking or trying to get in our face, and my husband was the one that was like, yes, this is the one we want. So we drove her home, and we got home really late that night. We weren't prepared. We didn't have anything for her because it was kind of a spontaneous thing. But we stopped at Walmart, I think, and we picked her up a tiny little collar, and I think we still have it. It was like this big. I know you want love. You're in my camera. Tiny little collar, a tiny little leash. We got her just a few things, a tiny little toy, and it was such a wonderful moment. We were so excited and so happy to bring her home, and we took her to work with us, and she got to run around the ballet studio, and everyone in the company they love it when people get new dogs. It was funny, one negative thing about her was that she had a really sensitive stomach, and for the first 6 months of having Lily, we struggled with figuring out what food she would eat. She hated any food. She just refused to eat food. And we went from kibble to kibble to kibble, high quality, low quality. We tried canned food, we tried raw food, we tried just like bland food. We tried pretty much every food that we possibly could, and we spent way too much money trying to figure it out. And the food that her breeders had her on was pretty low quality, and we couldn't find it anywhere. So we we obviously tried to introduce her to new food slowly, but we ran out of the food the breeder gave us and we couldn't find it anywhere. So we were just like, you know what, we have to just get her a food that she'll eat. And she had really bad, stomach digestion issues, a lot of, diarrhea, and but she was healthy. She had tons of energy. She was always playful. She had so much energy. We were like, how are you not eating and have all the puppy energy, like more so than maybe a healthy puppy would? But it honestly kind of just corrected itself. We just kept, we didn't give her treats because we knew it would upset her stomach, and she just kind of grew out of it. It was like she was a really picky eater and sensitive, and I'm sure because of her sensitive stomach, that was the reason she was so picky. So it was a struggle, but we got through it, and now she eats anything. She will grab Buddy's treats out before I even get a chance to give it to him. She just loves food. She'll do anything for food, but we love her now, and she's been through a lot with us. She's got the best temperament. Come here, Lily. There we go. Look. Oh, here we go. Hi, guys. Hi, guys. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. She gets along with every dog, which we love. Well, that's one of the things we love about her. She's so fast to adapt to new dogs and new places. She's a great travel dog. We actually did a road trip with her last summer, so the summer of 2018, and we drove from our home here all the way to California, which is where my husband's from, and she road tripped with us, and she spent the summer with us, and she did so incredibly well. It was like not an issue. She would hold the bathroom for hours when we were in the car, and she just did so well, and we couldn't be more proud of her. And she has her little quirks. She has her moments of being a little crazy. She's ball obsessed. She has to have her ball. So actually a good tip, if you have a dog that's really obsessed with balls and they sniff them out no matter where you hide them, put them in the freezer and they basically lose scent of the ball. And so that's been a very helpful trick, and we have like 7 balls in the freezer that just stay there because as soon as we get them out, she goes crazy again. So I guess that's the retriever in her. But we love her. Now this is Buddy. Hi, guys. Hi. This is Mr. Buddy. And he is 14 weeks. And we actually got him probably a month ago. We got him at 9 weeks old, which we're actually really glad we got him a little later than Lily because he had more time to play with his little litter mates and stuff. His mom was also a golden retriever, and his dad, different from Lily's, who was a white standard poodle, his dad was an apricot. Thanks, Lily. Thanks for the toy. I'm filming. Thank you. Thanks, Lily. Go on. Play over here. His dad was an apricot standard poodle. He's sleepy, so he wants to go lie down. It's okay. You can sleep. Okay, no. Sorry about that. Lily gets a little crazy and she'll just squeak toys over and over and over again, and it gets really annoying. So his dad is an apricot standard poodle. He has a completely different look to Lily. I'll also post a picture of him when we first got him, and you can see how different they are. But his coat is so different to Lily's. He's like a fluffy little teddy bear, whereas with Lily, she's got a very retriever coat. So she does shed, whereas Buddy, his shedding is really minimal. But he He is just the sweetest thing. He has such, he's just got such a great puppy personality. Like, he loves to play and he has lots of energy, but he loves to cuddle and he's so mellow. He basically knows sit, shake hands, stay, come, without me basically, like, I've done a couple of training sessions with him, but he's just picked it up like really fast. He is a huge eater, so very opposite to Lily was. He loves his food. He actually eats so fast that his food doesn't digest and he ends up throwing it up, or, you know, if we take him in the car, he'll throw up his food because he never chooses kibble. So actually I have a few things that I was going to show you. And first thing I'll show you, as we're on the topic, is I use a slow feeder for him because we had several instances where he was eating really fast, and even after 3 or 4 hours of him digesting his food, we would take him in the car and he'd throw it all up and it would just be like undigested food. So we've actually been using this, which has been really helpful. It makes him eat so much slower, and I think he really enjoys it. And it's fun watching them, you know, try and get their kibble out. So this is a slow feeder. I actually got this from Home Goods for $5, and I know he's gonna grow out of this one because it's pretty small for what he's gonna be. I'm estimating he'll be probably between 80 to 100 pounds, because he's about 30 pounds now and he's 14 weeks old, so he's growing pretty fast. And I know Lily was a lot lighter than that when she was his age. So we'll probably have to get a new one at some point, but we were glad we purchased this one. So that's about it for Buddy. It's kind of like we're still figuring him out. He's still young and we love his personality. And the biggest thing is the two of them get along so well. Lily had no issue having a buddy come, you know. She was actually getting really lonely because we would be at work, and we felt like it was the right time for her to have a friend to play with and be with while we're at work, and we wouldn't feel so guilty leaving them. And it's been the best decision ever. Like, people say having one dog is enough, but having 2 dogs, if they're the right breed, make your job and make your life 10 times easier than just having one dog. Like, I remember coming home from work and Lily would be ecstatic to see us, and I'd be ecstatic to see her, except I did not have the energy to play from 6 o'clock all the way up to 10 o'clock, and she had so much energy. She would just bark and play and bark and play, and then we were just like, we don't have as much energy as you to give you what you need. And with the weather here, it's pretty miserable, and so half the year, even 8 months out of the year, we hardly let them out in the yard because it's so muddy and it's so cold, and so it's hard. So getting a second dog was the best thing. They play all day. As soon as they wake up, they play, and then they nap when we're gone, and we come back home and they just play, and then they crash, and it's really fun, and it makes you feel like you're a good parent when they have a playmate. So yeah, we're just really happy, and you know, they snuggle each other, and Lily's really gentle with him because she knows he's still a puppy. We are still figuring out the potty training with him, just because we do have a really busy job, so we're not home 24/7 to like take him out as much as he needs. So it is tricky to figure out exactly how many times he needs to go out. We're still figuring that out, but he is getting better. So another few things I wanted to show you before I end this video, because I don't want to have a video that's too long. But I showed you the slow feeder. The second thing that I think is a must-have that we've been using is these wipes. I don't know if you can see them. Is it focusing? I don't know if it's focusing, but these are just dog wipes. They're from a brand called Modern Objects for Dogs, and they're the honeydew scented ones. And they're all natural, they're hypoallergenic. They've got aloe and vitamin E in. They're alcohol and paraben free, and they're non-toxic. And I got these from Home Goods, and we basically use these anytime the dogs need a little freshen up, or if they need their paws wiped or their ears wiped. And they just smell better when you do this on a regular basis. And because it's so miserable and it's winter here, having these wipes really helps keep them clean. Next thing is a little brush. Now, I cannot get my Goldendoodles to like being brushed. And I did it from a very young age with both of them, and Buddy is better than Lily is. But Lily hates. She hates this side, she hates this side, she hates combs, she hates anything that brushes. And I don't know, I just don't know what other kind of brush I can use. So I'm hoping Buddy will get used to being brushed, because their coat, it does mat, and I end up having to cut their mats out because they won't let me brush them often enough. So we'll see how Buddy is. The next thing is this puppy shampoo. I use this for Buddy. Lily has her own like dog shampoo, and it's a dog shampoo and conditioner combo for Lily, and she does well on that one. But this is the one I use for Buddy, and it's the Burt's Bees for puppies tearless shampoo with buttermilk. And I used this for Lily when she was his age, and it's a perfect shampoo for them. They really love it, and it's also pretty natural. Like the ones that have a lot of a strong scent, they just have lots of colors in them and just things that I just don't want to put on their coat. Another very essential thing, and it's a little dirty, is this Kong. It's a Kong thing. And I know you're supposed to buy the treats that fit into these holes. There are specific treats that you can buy. But I honestly use this Kong like every day when I leave work, so that they have something to do when we leave, and it's like a positive thing for them. And I just stuff peanut butter in there, and they love it. They absolutely love it, and it keeps them entertained for a long time, and it distracts them from when we're going to work, which is great. And I also have this one, which is called the West Paw Design Zogo Flex something. And this one also, you're supposed to have special treats for it, but I just put peanut butter in it as well. And they love it because it rolls around like this, and they have to, chase it around and get the peanut butter out. But this one also is one that I give one to one and the other one to another one, and they have their own, and they both are really happy. So having something like this that's durable, that they can't chew up and will last you a long time, they use it from when they're first tiny puppies all the way up to goodness knows how long. Like, I don't think they're ever gonna get sick of this. Last thing I use, or I have with them, is the Zooks mini treats. This one is the rabbit recipe flavor, but I usually get the chicken, but I thought they might want, 2 different flavors just so they don't get bored. These ones are pretty natural. I try and stay with something that's as natural as possible, nothing with colors in there, and they're 3 calories per treat. And they love these, and when I let them out in the yard and they come back in on their own, I do give them one of these treats so that they know every time they come home they get a treat, and every time they use the bathroom outside they get a treat. And I honestly I used these when Lily was a puppy, but I had to stop because she was so sensitive to any treats, but now she's completely fine. And it's actually helped with having Buddy, with her coming inside, because she used to play this whole game of running away and not wanting to come back inside. So since having Buddy and since using these treats when they come in the house, she has been so much better at coming, which has been such a relief, because we would honestly be chasing around the dog park for 20 minutes before we could grab her, and it was kind of a nightmare. These are great, and I've kind of just stuck with this brand because I like them and the dogs like them. Anyway, I think that kind of ends my video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing them. They're such sweet dogs, and I'm sure you'll see them in my other videos, and I can do any other video on them that if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, because any subscriber, even if it's just one, really makes my day, and it makes me happy that you guys are enjoying what I'm making. And I'll see you next time. Bye!